What's happening, guys? Welcome you beautiful faces back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to improve your decision making in Apex Legends Season 9. When it comes to Apex Legends, I feel like there's three massive things you want to always improve, and that's going to be your shots, your movement, and last but not least, decision making. Capitalizing and improving on those three things will easily help you become a better player. With that being said, let's jump on board with the first tip I have today, which is going to be don't panic. I think everyone playing the game has so much more potential than they realize, and what causes the biggest problem for them is actually panicking during a fight. Calm your nerves, focus, and don't overreact. When I get more warmed up, start being comfortable with uncomfortable situations, that's when I start getting really good. And it takes some time though, so personally for me, I think it takes about an hour to an hour and a half for me to properly get warmed up and really get a good feel for the game where my shot is really good, movement is on point, and I'm just making smart plays in general. Always warm up before you play, hop in the training, spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day. If you want to do the custom aim training course that I have, definitely do that. Typically after about an hour of playing, then you're going to be at your peak, and that's when you can really focus in and zone in on some enemies. Just remember, we're all playing a game here, so if you die, you could just get right into the next one. Don't stress over it. Work on calming your nerves over time. So let's get into the first example I have for you guys today, which is going to be a duos game. Now, I was queued up solo with no fill, so it's essentially a 1v2 situation. I landed energy with one other team. I was able to loot safely. They looted their own section of the map, and then I was the one to make the aggressive play. So I heard an Octane very close, immediately looked to gain some height, look for the better the exchange since I had the better positioning, and I was able to do it successfully. He was climbing up. I got a beautiful, almost one mag opportunity there, and was able to switch to a wingman really quickly and finish him off with one shot, which is going to be much faster. I tried to crank a cell, but his teammate pushes me right away, so I run down, create my own angle for myself, even though I didn't heal. So if he pushes me, I should be able to get the better the exchange as long as I'm hitting my shots. So this last enemy actually doesn't decide to push me. He goes for a res, and in my part, I think he's sort of panicking. Not sure if he was trying to bait it, but I had an arc star in my back pocket, which is really good. If you're not picking up equipment, frags, thermites, arc stars, pick these up, especially when you're playing man down. It can also help zone out enemies if you're waiting to heal to spare you some time. I land the arc right next to the wall, right where he's about to res, and it goes off. Guess what? Re-knocks the player, and it also cracks the enemy that was trying to revive. So that's a win-win situation for me. Now let's get into the second example on not panicking. And I noticed an enemy team on the bottom right room. They just came out of a fight. In a situation like this, I don't want to give them too much time to really plan out and figure out what they want to do against me. When you can ambush enemies early, that's going to catch them off guard. They have to make these split-second decisions on point to actually come out on top. So once I get my portal, I port down, phase in, drop the portal in the building, and I start working around my portal. I completely caught Lifeline off guard, was able to one mag her since I originally had her weak from some quick peek shots. Then again, I look for a weapon swap. Much faster than reloading, I'm going to take a lot less damage. Take out the wingman, crack the ray, take the portal immediately as soon as I have to reload the wingman. Because if I try to reload down there, that wraith will have a quick swap ready for me and essentially finish me off. So it all starts with that first step. I was able to tag up the lifeline when she climbed up on me, even though they were playing very passive, and that caused her to heal a little bit. So that was my opening I created for myself. And the next step from there was to portal in, because I know that lifeline won't be pre-aiming me. She's going to have to crank a few cells. That's going to spare me time to get in there, phase in, drop the portal, focus lifeline because she was already weak, one mag her, weapon swap, crack the wraith, then take port because now I have to reload both of my weapons. And again, if I reload them on the spot, I would probably have died there. Reload safely and end up cleaning up the wraith. And I sort of predicted she was going to be on the head glitch there. There's a really solid head glitch in those rooms, actually both of those rooms, and got myself a nice little squad wipe there. Now let's get into the next tip I have for you guys, which will help improve your decision making, which is going to be baiting a reaction. Since we just talked about not panicking, and guess what? That's what a lot of players do. You can tickle them a little bit and then they're going to give an overreaction. Now, when it comes to baiting a reaction, there's three things you want to look out for, and that's going to be patience. You definitely want to have a lot of patience when you're doing this. Also, don't force yourself to overcommit. That's a major problem I see when players are playing, is that they overcommit too early when they don't really need to. Again, we're talking about a game of tickle. You want to tickle them a little bit, see what happens. You essentially want to give the enemies a slight sense of relief, but in the back of your head, you know exactly what's going down, and that's going to throw them off big time. And I have a beautiful example that we can get into right now. So coincidentally, we're back to Energy Depot. This time I have a teammate and we have a 2v2 situation. Working my way over to my teammate because I know she has an enemy on her. Now watch what I do with this Gibby real quick. I tag him up just a little bit, but then I crouch down and take cover. What that's going to do is that's going to make him panic a bit because he was expecting to land some good shots there. He didn't think I had the cover that I had, got aggressive on me, and notice I didn't overcommit on one magazine. That caused him to back up, heal, and it opened another angle for his teammate, which I was able to get a knock. Me and Watson took him down together, which was beautiful there. Puts it in a 2v1 situation. Gibby's behind the box. He has cover. And he makes a very good play on me. Gets a nice knee slide off the corner. I didn't expect him to do that maneuver. So we're both pretty much low on health. Usually when I play boxes, I love going from up top, although some people can expect it. So just be aware of that. Now, right after that squad wipe, we were getting pushed by another squad, and I was sort of split up with the Watson. She wasn't really near me, so I knew it was going to be a 1v2 situation initially. But when you're scanned in a situation like this, they know exactly where you are, and they're going to be pre-aiming you. So essentially, I faked them out by acting like I was going to take the fight on top of the box, but in reality, I didn't. As soon as the scan goes away, that's when I drop down and act like I'm leaving. And what that's going to do is that's going to cause an overreaction. Again, I'm sort of baiting a reaction from them. Acting like I'm going to take the fight there. I don't drop down. That's going to cause them to push up. Guess what? If they push up, they lose their cover, they lose their head glitch, and then I can retake height again. The same box. They're not going to expect it because they don't know. They don't have the scan that's going on in progress. So as soon as I reclimb up, guess what? I have them very vulnerable. And I was able to one mag the Bloodhound, which is crucial. Puts it in a 2v1 situation now. And guess what? That lifeline is going to panic. She ends up trying to climb up on me. I get some decent damage. I decide to send off. Watson is there for some support fire as well. And that's a nice, beautiful squad wipe there on a third-party attempt on us. Look to bait a reaction. When you bait a reaction, most players will overreact. They want to get the gunfight over with. They're going to overcommit and make a mistake, and that's when you capitalize and take advantage of it. Now let's move on to the last tip I have for you guys, which is going to be baiting shots. So we just covered baiting a reaction. You can also bait shots. Now the only way to really bait shots effectively is if you have cover yourself. This is when you actually need cover. You cannot bait shots if you're out in the open because there's nothing to bait. You're fully exposing your body. You have no cover. And baiting shots can be done by multiple ways, whether you're shoulder peeking from left to right out of cover. You can climb up and over cover and come back down. And what baiting shots is going to do for you, it's going to make the enemy miss a lot. And this sort of touches base on movement and playing your cover correctly. What happens then is they get less confident in a gunfight. And when you make the enemies lose confidence in a gunfight, guess what that's going to do? That's going to cause them to overcommit. They're going to want to try to take advantage of it as soon as possible. They're going to be like, oh, damn, I can't hit this guy. I got to try to push him quickly to get the better at the exchange because this guy is outplaying me. When you get good at baiting shots, people will try to get aggressive on you. And I think the best time on baiting shots is when you're actually low on health. When the enemy has the better at the exchange on you and they're looking to make the final push on you to clean you up, that is the best time to bait shots. So it's going to be mid gunfight. When you're in the moment and you notice that the squad is not hitting majority of their shots, this is a great way to outplay them. All right, ladies and gents, dropping in the last example I have for you guys today, which is going to be baiting shots. Initially in the gunfight, I had a proper 1v1, sending down some shots, poking around, see what I could do. Then his teammates start pulling up. They start flooding me. And I look to phase, get back, heal. So now I have a proper 1v3 in front of me right now, and the only cover I have in this tunnel, and keep in mind we're at Bonsai by the way, is going to be just a plain and simple head glitch. I get a beautiful set of shots in, able to weapon swap on her and finish her off with the PK, and I notice one pushing me to my left side. Now you guys always want to pay attention to your health and when you take down an enemy. I was able to wipe the horizon without her doing much damage on me at all. So instead of me dropping back, going all the way back down this ramp and healing, instead what I did was stay in the same spot, reload, and look to get the second knock. This is where you're going to start to see where the baiting shots comes into play. When I'm exchanging on the Octane here, as soon as I have to reload, I crouch down immediately. I'm not going to try to reload in front of his face. I'm taking cover, and he's going to miss a good bit of shots there. So I make the aggressive push on him, even though he has cover, because I know he has to reload. And the big error on this Octane's part is actually over peeking on his cover. He could have baited some of my shots while using that rock as cover from a left to right peek. So I was able to knock the Octane here, but off the corner of my eye, I see Horizon self-rezzing, And here's another beautiful example of baiting shots. So run up to the rock to get my cover. Horizon's not going to be full HP. She just self-resed. And just with a simple left and right bait, and because she panicked, she lost a lot of accuracy, didn't know which way I was peeking from the rock, and that was a wipe to that squad. Thank you guys for spending a couple minutes every day with me. If you enjoyed today's video, like rating is always appreciated. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And as always, this was Sultan D. I'm signing off. Peace.